Okay, so this is part 2 of the November 2009 past paper for website design. We are currently at the instruction, 33. So we are going to be setting up our anchor at the top here, which is going to be an internal hyperlink, so that when you use the words click here to return to the top of the page, make only the words click here a hyperlink to the anchor that you've just created. So first thing I want to do is to make this an anchor top here. Now, one of the ways I can do that is in my HTML properties. I've got my properties window open because there's a tick box next to it. And with the HTML selected, I can give this an ID, okay, so I can use hashtag top. That's one way of doing it. The other way I can do it is I can actually add it directly into the code, which is the way I'm going to show you now. Because you do need to be a little bit more confident with working in the code. So having a go at opening and closing tags at that section. So I've got top selected up here, and I'm going to go to the code, and I'm going to open an A tag, okay, because an A tag is an anchor tag. And every tag that I open, I must also close. So at the end of that, I'm also going to close the A tag. Now, inside my first anchor tag here, I'm just going to give the instruction that the name of this anchor tag is called top. So I'm going to say A space name equals speech marks top. Okay, so this now is a reference of an anchor to this section here. For some reason we've got an extra A at the end, so I'm going to delete that, we don't need it. And now when I click on the top, I can see that my tag here has a little picture of an anchor next to it, so that tells me it's an internal hyperlink. Then my instructions tell me that they want it to link from the text click here to link to this heading here of top. So if I scroll down, I have click here to return to the top of the page. So I'm going to highlight just where it says click here, okay? And then I can link that to the hashtag top, which will link to that section of the reference, okay? Because this then changes directly in the code. If I look where I have my click here, I now have an A with a H reference, which is the hyperlink reference, equals hashtag top, and it closes that A, and that is linked to the same place up at the top. So that's the basics of those. Moving on, the next instruction asks me to replace the text tape image with the image n9tape.jpg. Okay, well, here's tape image. Scroll through, there's n9tape.jpg. I'm just going to click and drag it into that box. Okay, make sure that I actually remove the text as it told me to. There we go. Okay, next instruction. Create a hyperlink from this image to point to the file n9tape.htm, which should open in a new window called _adhesive tape. Okay, so we want this section here, just cancel that, we want this image to link to the file n9tape.htm, which is this file here. So the easiest way to do that, with my tape window selected, and I'm looking at my properties bar, so I've got my window properties is selected, I can, next to the link button, I get this point to file, which is this target image here. I can physically click and drag that point to file to where I want it to link to. So I want this to link to n9tape, oh, not .jpg, let's do that again. Want it to link to n9tape .htm. So let's just scroll through to find that again, which is just there. Now, there we go, n9tape.htm, okay? And I want that to open in a target that said _adhesive tape, okay? So, back in my instructions, my target will be called _adhesive tape. Okay, and I can see all of that happening in my instruction down here, whereby the image, this image here, is now linked to a H reference of n9tape.html, so that's the destination where it's going to. Its target is underscore adhesive tape, which means it opens in a new window called this, and that's the image linked. Perfect. So, next instruction. Replace the text glue image with the image n9 glue, the file image with n9 file, and the folder image with n9 folder. So that's all pretty easy. So let's delete the glue. Let's go and find the glue JPG. So I know it's an image file because it's called .jpg. Drag that across. File one. There's n9 file.jpg and folder. n9 folder.jpg. Okay. Then back to my instructions. Those aren't my instructions. Those are my instructions. Then, another one, replace the text pen image with the image of n9 pen.jpg. And then resize this image so it becomes 100 pixels wide and 300 pixels high. Do not maintain the aspect ratio. Okay, so we need to find pen image. There's pen image. Remove that. n9 pen.jpg and place it there. Now, this file, we are changing the size and not maintaining the aspect ratio. Aspect ratio means that if you change the height, the width will change automatically to remain in proportion to the height. So it's quite important with not wanting to squash images. But this instruction specifically tells us about the height and the width, so it does not need us to maintain the aspect ratio. So it doesn't want us to keep the proportions of the page. That's fine. So what we want to do is highlight the image so that it opens here, and you can see you have a width and a height already selected. Currently the width is 300 and the height is 300. We want it to be 100 pixels wide and 300 pixels high. So we want to change the width to 100, and then when we click up here it will resize that. Then asks us, using the contents of the file n9page.txt, replace some of the text sponsored links here with, select from the following sponsored links to take you to our partner companies, and then format this as style P and align the text to the top of the table cell. Okay, so up here, let's find which text we want to edit. Okay, so sponsored links here and placed list here. This is what we're going to be editing now. We're going to be replacing it with select the following sponsored links to take you to our partner companies. And then we need to open up the text file in order to copy across the links. So I'm just going to minimize my Dreamweaver now and open up my folder. Let's find that txt file. Okay, is it this one? Was it n9 page? Yes, it was n9 page. Good. Okay. Okay, select from the following sponsored links to take you to our partner companies. Root Trained Trees, Rock ICT, Kuruki Koi, Electri, and International Tea and Coffee Traders. So let's copy that. Copy. Okay, and let's paste that here. Okay, so here we have our links. Let's check that we've done that correctly. We've replaced the text with this. We need to format this as style P. Now I think that's already come across as P, but let's just check in the code that it has. And then align this text to the top of the table cell. Okay. So, yeah, this is in P, this is in P, this is in P. That's fine. Okay, so they're all in P. That's not a problem. And in this table cell here, with the width is already selected, I'm going to add the instruction of v-align, which means a vertical alignment. Okay, so vertical alignment here equals, and then selecting top for the vertical alignment here, which means that those will always be aligned to the top of that cell. Okay, Command and save, and go and preview that in the browser, which looks like that. So you can see that this one here is aligned to the top of the cell, whereas these ones are aligned to the middle of that particular cell. Okay.